A few of the shows because, well, you know, some people called up and said, hey, I can't make it in until Friday, and they're down here for a Thursday night show, so obviously we're going to have to do again. We people off with the major shows and left a performers pool of about 15 people down here for a reason. If you're in that pool, it doesn't mean that you didn't make it or something like that. It means that we kept so many people out because we're at the last minute getting some extra shows added. Some have been, one or two have been dropped. A couple we have to substitute, and that's how we're doing it. We're putting these people in and moving some people around. So does everybody that's here right now know where they're supposed to be tentatively in the schedule? Let me put it this way, rather than field all the questions right now. If you don't know exactly where you're supposed to be in the schedule, stop here at the end of this session and we'll correct it, make some changes. I'm going to go through the schedule with you, right through to make sure we didn't miss anything. Dan's already working. We're already underway. Dan's out there doing his sidewalk stuff already in front of Guild Hall, so that's underway. The Street Theater Workshop is Ray Jason and Dan in here. I know I saw you guys there yet. Okay, that's at 1:30 to 3:30. I'll just say you guys for a meeting about that.
Well, would you just tell everybody that invited that?
Public, everybody is invited. That's a one class. We're going to talk. We're going to train about dealing with crowd psychology, what it's like working the street with no bouncers in between you and them and the guards. That's going to be at the library, which is right down the street. Fleming? Yeah, it's a corner street. 2.5 blocks. There's a big, long, pink building, public library. There's like an auditorium over there. That's where that'll be. Tonight, the Hall of Fame Awards, as you know, is being directed by Bert Lee. Bounce and Lala are going to host it, and I guess a lot of you, see, they got that one. I'm hands off on that project, and so I know they've contacted several of you to work in the program. Just work with them as far as that goes. I don't have any details on that show. That's up to Bounce and Bert.
I am Bert. Oh, you need to speak to me. Playing tonight. Get in touch with me. I'll be around.
What time is it tonight?
8 is the beginning of the thing. Get there between 7 and 8.
And that's at, of course, the Jan McGart Theater, which is right at Mallory Square. That's the CPS project. It's the 4th annual, and unfortunately, since it's small, we only have 250 seating. There won't be any comp tickets for that. In fact, there's not going to be any comp tickets for Avner either, which are only 2 paying shows. But we will offer the performers discounted seats for Avner. They're $12 at the door. There'll be $7 for performers, for people that are registered with the office here for working.
How big is that?
That's 300 seats.
Any kid tickets?
The ballroom. Excuse me?
Any kid tickets?
Any kid tickets? You asked me that yesterday. Whose kids are yours?
Well, close.
2 of them make up 1 person?
Yeah.
Have price tickets then.
Okay. 2 of them make
Okay,
up more, that's all right.
beginning juggling. Matthew's not here either, is he? Oh, I know. You get Matthew an advanced juggling workshop. We need someone who's either, that could be anyone really, someone that's in the performer pool, that's a juggler, that would like to conduct beginning juggling classes, or someone that likes to teach juggling. You could already be on another show, it doesn't matter. There, that's at the Key Western pool side. Stan Sinberg asked me on the phone if there was a guitar available for that show. By the way, it does Escapes. Okay, Escapes and Magic. Yeah, that's funny. I want to apologize for anybody, right off the bat, for anybody that we had a couple of funny ones where we didn't actually know some of the people, you know, a few of them that we didn't know, and the promo got mixed up. And when we were going to press, we had a hard time deciphering the notes. Somebody that actually wasn't a performer, knew no one, was doing the pay stuff. And Ro Fields walked in because we were doing the pay stuff, and he says, "Hey, that's great, but I'm not a magician or a mime or a
artist."
And we were in time to correct his, but we may have missed other people. So if we got you down doing the wrong thing, I'm sorry, you know, but just confusing, and we'll try and get it right on the next one. Okay, Magical Mystical Michael, you're all scored away out of Boys Campground for
Yeah.
6 o'clock show on Thursday night. Fox and the Butterfly. Johnny Fox was scheduled to work here with Butterfly Man Thursday night. He just called up, he can't make it till Friday. We're going to need somebody else to work with him. Ro Fields has already signed up for that show. And curiosity, you think about this one here. We would like to put one other person in that space. It's Sloppy Joe's. It's a carnivorous crowd. It's got to be somebody that really likes working with rowdies. Okay. Crystal, we got you on Thursday. We got you guys on Friday.
You got us on Saturday.
You got you guys on Saturday.
Sloppy Joe's after John Foxville.
Okay. I think I would like to do something a little faster moving in Sloppy Joe's. So,
Good size steak, but it's rowdy. You know, it's drunk. I don't want to see action, dance, and rock and roll.
Joey?
It's a dog.
What's your name? Yeah.
Are you looking at me?
Yeah. My eyes still crossed? Last night. Joey. Okay. Joey and Crystal, you guys talk to me like after the show. We'll figure out what we're going to stick. Okay. 10 o'clock. Thursday night, Abner is going to do the show in the in the Casa Marina Ballroom, and Twig is going to open for him. St. Twig, guitar, piano player, crazy man from New Orleans, who works with Abner and other places. So, also working with them, not in the schedule, will be Spats Donovan. Is Spats here yet? No, he's supposed to come in today. Trying maybe a big star or some form of massive juggling pattern. I would hope that the seeds to that would start at the advanced juggling workshop. Anybody has any ideas about doing an enormous passing pattern or something like that for the picnic on Sunday? Stop back and stop in and share that information with us, and we can start getting it incubated on advanced juggling workshop. Those juggling workshops are listed at the Cistern at Mallory Square. When you're at Mallory Square, standing on the pier, and you turn around and face the land, there's two buildings. They're both playhouses. The Cistern's right in between them. It's like a little walled-in garden. You'll see it. It's about 6 feet high brick, 7 foot, 8 foot. Okay. Whirl of Puppets, 4 to 5:30. This is going to be in Mallory Market, which is a little car train depot station right outside Mallory Square. Duke Krause and the Briar Patch Puppets were supposed to be there with Spectrum Puppets. Duke's going to be here. The Spectrum Puppets canceled because of some territory and getting down. So, it's going to be one of those things like they'll be on the road. If they get here, they do, and if they don't, they might not. So we need someone else, particularly anyone who has anything to do with puppets, since it's already.
Could the people that came in for the Busker Fest work during that time?
Well, right now, if you're not in a time slot, that's why we're going to schedule. We're going to try and get you a time slot.
All right, thank you.
Besides being in the time slot, we're going to have, I'll get all the way back to the new arenas, which is at the top. We're going to try and open up some new places in town so that Mallory Square isn't the only place that we can perform, for busking. The conch train stations want to have people there now, from now on, after the festival. There's a couple restaurants with patios and little gardens and stuff. And we would love to have somebody come in. In fact, if you could send somebody over just to busk, maybe we'll feed them lunch while we're here, stuff like that. So far, Key West has a good reputation for street performing on Mallory Square. They've not really opened up the rest of the town to it. We'd like to kind of not ram it down their throats, but we'd like to kind of ease on into some new areas. The only way we can do that is not by going, we've already tried it, one person at a time going through the city council. It works, but it doesn't last long. Somebody they go to the police chief and ask permission, and they're out there for 2 weeks and they leave town. And 4 months later, somebody else goes to work out there and the cops hassle them again. The best thing to do is, this part of the reason for the festival is for education purposes. So busking will return once more to its stature as a legitimate place in theater, and not just move along, buddy. So working through the merchants is maybe even more important than working through the police now, although we're doing that too. The merchants are wanting you to be there. It's a lot less probable that anybody from the city authority will hassle you.